good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is where you are, and welcome back to part 2 of building the composting toilets. Right, I'm not showing it to you just yet, because if you've already watched part 1, well done. If you haven't, there's a clicky somewhere up there that will show you how to watch it, where to watch it. So as you can see, walking around the field, things have moved on a little tiny tad bit since the end of that one, because I left my camera at home because it was wet and miserable and I didn't want to do any filming. So you ready for this? You ready? Ready. Bosh, it's changed a little bit. So all of this siding I had laying around, so it's all reclaimed stuff, and then this stuff on the back and this side here, that's actually part of an old shed. I was able to reclaim that off of an old shed. And then if we come around here, see we got an old door on there. The roof is on, the roof is made of fat. Actually, let's go back and look at the roof a second. So there wouldn't have been too much to show, it just would have been time-lapse of me doing things. See, I've got the roof on as felt. And you see I put some battens on there as well, just try to hold it down. I can see there's a couple of little humps in the felt. I might have to sort them out before too long, that's otherwise the wind will get underneath there and it'll lift it all up. And we don't really want that. So coming around to the front here, yeah, it looks a bit different. So I've been working mostly on this one here, because I've got my son down here this weekend with some of his mates. So just trying to sort it all out. So let's go in and have a look and see how it's changed from the last time. Start off with the floor, recycled shed floor. This stuff I've had to buy new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some filler into these cracks. That's the door slamming closed, thank you. I need to get some ironmongery on the door to be able to do that, so I need to fill in those cracks. Down there, this big gap here, that needs doing. I think I used the shed stuff for that as well. I've got to cut the hole for the composting toilet part. What I have found is that it fits perfectly with 32mm, are they 32mm? Yeah, 32mm waste parts. So waste pipe 32mm, it's fine because it's only going to be taking urine, and we are going to have a sink here eventually, so it will be flushed out with the fresh water from that. So yeah, that just goes on there, so that can be, oh, I've cracked it, have I cracked that? I don't know, be careful with that, but it fits on there, perfect, fine. So I need to cut the hole for that, because the wheelie bin's underneath there. And yeah, this bit here, I think what I'm going to do, even though you can see out from in here, it's actually about 7 foot above the ground, so there's quite a bit of distance from the ground level outside up to that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of the clear perspex, and I'm going to put that in there, and I might just leave it open so as it could be like a bit of a hide sort of like thing, and you can look out. I was going to do that with this bit at the back here, but then I decided that if the urinal's going around the back here, you wouldn't really want to be coming in here to have a wee and see the face of some bloke there looking in at you. That wouldn't be very nice. So, but yeah, I might do that. I might put some of the privacy stuff on top of it, but we will figure that out. But for now, today, we've got to do the hole to get that into there so as it can be used, and then we've got the toilet seat to go over the top of it. I need to get another piece to go into there, do the bit down the bottom, do all of the normal bathroomy typey thingies, somewhere to hold the toilet roll. I'm not going to try to put up a shelf yet, I'll leave that for a bit. The whole lot needs to be painted. Oh, and we got just over a week before we open to the public, so I want to try to get it all done. Right, that is it in. Not the neatest of holes, but I'm not a carpenter. You can see where I've just had to take a chip out the front part of the wheelie bin there, just to allow enough room for the coupler for the drainage just to sit in there. And then we'll do pipe coming down, off, and then that will go out. So right, just a couple of screws just to hold that into place. And then I think it's got to be the toilet seat. Right, okay, I will apologise because we are going to skip forward big time in this video. And unfortunately, time got the better of me. I needed to just crack on and get it done. So, what do you think from the outside? Needs a lick of paint on it, that is for sure. Needs the last final few bits of it just to be finished up. Needs a lick of paint on the inside. So the back panels, they are removable to be able to get the wheelie bins out. You might be able to see the pipe coming out just there, and that basically runs down here. Then I put the soakaway just here, so that goes down about 1.5 meters. A few bags of gravel in on top, pipes in there with it all, so all the fluids will come down, whoop, straight down there, and then they'll disperse out that way, because that way is going downhill. Oh, coming round, so you've got the fire buckets. We've got signs up there with emergency contact details and the site rules. So which one should we go for? Left or right? Right or left? Make your decision now. Whoop. This one. Ta-da! So the door is actually on a springer, so I've got to try to hold this one open. And I will admit, there is some sawdust in there. That was me earlier on. I came around just to add some sawdust in it. And I totally forgot until I just opened up the door then, and then I realised it was like, oh damn, you're going to see it as if it's dirty. So yeah, this has actually been used. This is the end of the weekend, and we've had our opening weekend, so people have been through. So let me open up the other door, because that one tends to stay open. There we go. See, inner door lock. See how it all needs a paint? I think that door there's the same, isn't it? Still got stuff on it. So yeah, all needs a bit of a paint, bit of a freshen up. A bit of a look nice job. So right, this one's the same as the last one. I got to tidy it up, so please ignore the mess. Oh dear. So yeah, it worked incredibly well. We didn't have any issues whatsoever. We put up toilet roll holder. Walls are now fully in. The backboards are in. They are removable on both sides. Explain that in a second. I figured out I had a perfect toilet roll holder at the back there, and that was just done purely by accident, not intentional whatsoever. This is some old plastic sheeting stuff that we just had laying around, but I needed to put something up there because on the last day I was building them, which was the Friday, and we were open, and the first guest would do the Friday night, it was hammering it down with rain, so I just needed something that was going to allow the light in but was also going to stop the rain from coming in, and that was just the first thing that came to mind. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. The floor needs some work on it still, because it is still a little bit sinky downy in some places. And you'll see there's a sink. So I actually picked this up off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a dinky sink. Let me shift it across. There we go, so it'll be handy. So, like, yeah, I do have big hands. I'm a very big-handed person. But you can see it is just a little hand washing basin. That's all it is. It isn't like a huge, great thing. So that will eventually go somewhere like there, and that will allow you to just wash your hands afterwards. I paid a tenner for it. Now I know you can get them for free if you wait, and if you're willing to wait. I'm not willing to wait, so that's there. The steps are there just in case anybody needed to do a step up to be able to get up to do a number 2 or whatever. And yeah, I think that's just about it really. Not much else we can say. The building is still movable. The only issue with the building is that you would have to currently, the only thing you'd have to do is you'd have to disconnect the drainage pipe to be able to move it, but that's not a big issue. That can either be done inside or from outside here. See, we've got a couple of fire buckets. So what I want to do is I want to put a stainless steel sink this side, I think this side, or maybe this side. Put like a stainless steel sink, and that can be like the washing up area. So get a water supply into it. We've got water, which is just over there at that post, but extend that down, go underground, come back up again, and then do water into each one of the blocks. Do that there. Still got the urinal to do, which will probably go on the back still, but we'll work that out. We'll get around to that when we get around to it. I might even just put it on the side there, and just move everything across. But yeah, that is it. That is our composting toilets finished ish, other than still having to paint them, do this, do that, do something else. I think it's going to be an ongoing project for a little bit longer, but I think it's also time to end the video, because that just like sort of like explains the basics of it and what we've done. So thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. You've done very well to keep going all the way this far. Until the next time, when we add the solar panels, and when we do the painting of it, and when we add urinals, and when we build the third one. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.